Wonderful. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm just going to change the view. Here we go. Lovely to see you all. My name is Charlotte Barkowski. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. And honestly, congratulations on being curious if you are a guest on this call, whether you're actually watching it live or whether you are watching the recording. I'm so excited for you because if there is one thing I've learned in my life, it's that amazing things happen to people who are open-minded and curious. So my goal tonight is really just to share a bit about network marketing, the industry, and Arbonne, so that you can get a better idea of what they both entail, what this opportunity is. I'm just going to mute some people here up. What this opportunity is, what are the risks, what do consultants do, and that way you'll have all the necessary information to know if this could actually be a solution for you, like it has been for thousands of people and me. There are often a lot of misconceptions about what this actually is. And so I just want to be really clear tonight and transparent with you so that you can get the most value and information out of that. So 1 second. Here we go. One thing's for sure is that I definitely wish that someone had talked to me about this opportunity way before they did. And so that's why I'm actually really happy to be doing that for you right now. So this presentation will be about 15 minutes max. And before we dive in, I just want to invite you to visit www.earnings.arbonne.com after this presentation, of course, to see what typical earnings are at each level of this company. And before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story. My name is Charlotte Barkowski. I'm an independent consultant and an executive regional vice president with Arbonne. I'm also a designer, and I've spent most of my adult life, actually all of my adult life, as an entrepreneur in the luxury design industry. I started my own company because from as far back as I can remember, I have always desired a life of freedom and flexibility. And it seemed to me that becoming an entrepreneur was the right option to create the life that I wanted. And I always loved the artistic part of my career, but very soon after my company was off the ground, I found myself working all the time and hardly doing anything remotely creative. And if there's any business owners on this call, you will understand what it is I'm talking about. I was barely ever home for my kids. And even when I was home physically, my brain was always sorting through problems I'd left at the office. I would forget my kids at school a lot. And I still get shivers to this day when I remember the time that I forgot my friend's child in front of the school. And that actually was a day that I decided that something had to change. And I was under so much stress. And also, I absolutely never felt that I was justly compensated for all of my efforts. In fact, I was practically always broke and totally scared about the future. But one day, actually, my whole life changed because of a complete stranger that I met in a shopping mall. And this person introduced me to network marketing. And although I had never heard of it before, I wasn't interested right away, but I was so desperately looking for something new that I actually did my research into the industry, the company, the products, and the people. And after that, it actually spoke to me because it felt safe, not complicated, and because I understood, well, not right away, but I understood quite rapidly that there was unlimited potential for people willing to work. And I already knew that I was a hard worker. So I jumped in almost 5 years ago now. And since then, honestly, I get more and more excited every day. And it's not only about the financial and time freedom that I'm finally creating for myself and my family, or the amazing products that we offer, but also because it just feels good to be a part of a company who truly strives to have a positive impact on people, on their lives, and also on the planet in general. And I am forever grateful to Alexandra Sauvé that she had the courage to speak to me that day in the shopping mall. So after doing my research, here's what spoke to me at the time. Most of all, at top of the list was the possibility of a life on my terms. I knew that there had to be more to life than what I had experienced until then. And the fact that people were actually succeeding in this business everywhere in the world was undeniable. And I didn't know if I could be successful. I sure knew I didn't know much about health and wellness, but I did understand that this was the most diverse and welcoming industry in the world, and that if I was willing to learn, there would be people to teach me. And honestly, it doesn't matter your background, age, culture, gender, or anything else. All that really matters is whether you're willing and driven and want something to change in your life. And what also spoke to me was the fact that this company was 40 years old and thriving. And like I said, I've been an entrepreneur actually all my life, and I've learned from being an entrepreneur and coming from a family of entrepreneurs that if you're looking to build any business, there are 4 essential points that you really need to evaluate if you want to have a chance at success. And number 1 is who's at the head of the company. And frankly, that's probably the most important thing, because how many good ideas have been destroyed by bad leadership, and how many bad ideas have been fixed by good leadership? And honestly, even if you have the best products in the world, with bad leadership, they'll find a way to mess it up. I've been there. So if we look at Arbonne, we see a company that already has 40 years of experience, growth, knowledge, research, stability, and profitability. Oh, profitability. Oh my God, that's my French coming up. I'm sorry. So if we add to that the fact that we are now part of the Groupe Rocher, which is one of the most renowned groups in the health and wellness sector worldwide, it's safe to say that, we can check off that box. And the second point that you need to check out when you want to start a business is what products, what are the products? What does this company offer? And in this case, Arbonne offers a holistic approach to health and wellness that focuses on the mind, body, skin connection, which is like so what everybody's talking about nowadays. We have over 400 vegan products ranging from nutrition, skincare, hair care, body care, makeup for all age groups and skin types. Arbonne abides by the strictest ingredient policies in the world and even goes beyond, which is really a big thing nowadays. The promise is truly to offer premium products at an affordable price that will never harm people, animals, or the planet. So we are vegan, cruelty-free, soy-free, gluten-free, halal, kosher, non-GMO. We do not use harmful chemicals, dyes, perfumes, parabens, mineral oils, sulfates, artificial flavors, and all the nasties that we never want in our products, actually. And as an animal lover and a person who was already bringing products into my home before Arbonne, it made sense to me to use these products, even if I wasn't a consultant. So along with that, we also are a certified B company, which is really a big deal. Certified B corporations are businesses that meet the highest standards of verified social and environmental performance, public transparency, and legal accountability to balance profit and purpose, which basically just means that they have the Nobel Prize for sustainable companies who are making a positive difference in the world and showing others that it's possible to be profitable without harming people, animal, and the planet. We are so proud of that. So in regards to the products that Arbonne offers, I personally was reassured because I knew there was a need for the products. Everybody already buys shampoo, soap, brushes their teeth, probably has makeup and some nutrition at home. And so I knew that people were already consuming these products, but somewhere else. And as an entrepreneur, I love the fact that it was a possibility of offering consumable products, which is a big deal when you're an entrepreneur. And the fact also that they were offered at an affordable price, thanks to the distribution method that is network marketing, otherwise known as word of mouth selling. And there are many reasons why companies choose, many good reasons actually, why they choose this method of distribution. And number 1 is, in traditional retails, products go through so many middlemen between the producer and the consumer. And all of these middlemen have costs and ambition, which is perfect. But all of this impacts the final price that the consumer pays for on the shelf products. And one of these middlemen, we can say, is the whole marketing budget. And it's just so huge. And when we buy a product in a store, well, we're paying for all of that. Whereas in network marketing, the products go straight from the producer to the consumer, which makes for huge savings, which are invested in the ingredients. And that's why we can have only high-end ingredients in our products and why these products are affordable. And also, recommendation is just the way people are selling and buying nowadays. That's just, you know, how, like, that's the world we live in today. And actually, in a world of endless possibilities, when you're looking for one same product, I mean, how much is a good recommendation worth? So much. It'll save us time, it'll save us stress, it'll save us money, and we're all doing it anyway, because whenever we look for something, we're looking for recommendations on social media or on the internet. And well, that's what we do as consultants. We give recommendations that are based upon people's actual needs. So that's the second thing, the products. And the third thing to evaluate, I believe, when you're looking into doing a business, is the compensation plan and the possible earnings. At the time I was looking into this, I wanted to know if I could make a living with this company. And when I was looking to see if this might be something for me, I saw that they had great products and a solid home office, but honestly, it wouldn't have gotten my attention if I wasn't able to actually make money, because that was what I was looking for. And I also wanted to know, if I introduced someone to this, would they be able to make money too? Because it couldn't be just me winning. This is a team thing, right? That's what network marketing is. We work as team, and I wanted everybody to be able to win. So I did my homework and found out that in fact, people did make money, and often incredibly quickly in comparison to traditional businesses that I knew. In this business, it is possible for people to recoup their investment in 30, 60, or maybe 90 days and start into profits. Not everybody does it, of course, but it's possible for people who are committed, and even doing this just part-time. Like most people who start this business, it's very rare that someone starts full-time. Everyone's busy. We've all got tons of stuff going on in our lives, and we decided to do this because we need something to change. And I love knowing that so many people inside of this company right now are making an extra $300, $500, maybe $1,000, maybe $2,000 a month, working their business part-time alongside something else they were already doing. And it's an ocean of people. I truly find this amazing. And again, please visit www.earnings.arbonne.com later to see exactly what typical earnings are. But of course, this is an effort-based business. There are no guarantees like any entrepreneurial venture. But what I was looking at was, is it possible? And were people doing it? And yes, it's possible. And yes, a lot of people are doing it. And to be honest, what I was really looking for was it possible to generate possibly big residual income? Because that, to me, is pure freedom. And that's what I wanted. And I mean, I understand that many people do this just to have a little bit of extra money, but that wasn't my case. I personally was looking for something bigger, and I was blown away by the income that some of the people at the top of this company were making. It's actually pretty impressive. And the fourth and last thing I would highly encourage any future entrepreneur to look into when they're looking to do a business is timing. Because I think that we can all agree that in real estate, it might be location, 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 but in business, it's timing, timing, timing. And so let me tell you why, in my opinion, this is the absolute perfect time to get involved with Arbonne. First of all, the products, because we talked about that. People are looking for products like this. Everybody's paying attention to their house. They want good products, and we want to have an impact with our wallets. It's important who we decide, you know, to encourage. And Arbonne is just an amazing company, and our B certification proves it. So the values, obviously, the freedom and flexibility that this business gives to people is just second to none. And that is also what people are looking for. Times have changed. We're not working in the same way, and generations behind us are even less. They're not going to accept to work without freedom and flexibility like we did. And this is exactly what this offers. And the fact that it's online, this is like 100% e-commerce. I mean, who's not buying online now, right? Everybody. It's like, I mean, they were already doing it a couple of years ago, but now, I mean, it's just boomed. That's just the way to sell, right? If you're not selling online, then I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, the fact that exponential growth, because Arbonne, we're in 6 countries now, but we're going worldwide very soon, and it's going to be pretty amazing. the fact that, you know, the Groupe Rocher is opening up the rest of the world countries. I don't know how and when, but it's coming. And I know that I definitely want to be a part of it because it's just, again, unlimited potential. And that's just exciting. And last reason is just how cheap it is to get started. $59 in Canada to start a business that has unlimited potential. I think that, you know, when we talk about timing, people really don't want to be investing huge sums of money anymore with no guarantees and taking all the risks. And this is like no risk. $59, which is basically the price of like going to a restaurant, probably less, and no risk involved, except trying some really awesome products, which is like the worst that can happen. So honestly, I've been really fortunate to be in the right place at the right time a couple of times in my life. And this is definitely one of those. And the question that changed everything for me 5 years ago is, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And honestly, that question really scared me at the time. And it really got me thinking. I told myself, 5 years from now, you're either going to say, yeah, I was there, but I was too scared, or I had other stuff going on, or I was there and I said yes. I took a leap of faith, this tiny little leap, and it changed everything for me. So obviously I chose the second, and it has changed everything for me and my family. And I love being a health and wellness ambassador. I work with some of the smartest, most inspiring, kind people that I have ever seen. I have absolute freedom of my schedule, no boss, no employees, no office, no overhead costs. I get to travel as often as I want, which is what I've always wanted. And I have loads of quality time with my husband and kids. So if anything that I have said today resonates with you, well, my encouragement would really be to get your questions answered, to try the products, go see what typical earnings are in your country, get back to the person who asked you to connect to this call, and take the next step. One of my mentors, Eric Worre, says that successful people say yes, they tell the world, and then they figure it out. And I think that this is one of those moments. 5 years from now, I hope you're going to think back to this moment and see that it was the starting point of something great and exciting. This is one of these opportunities where the downside is so small, it almost doesn't even exist. And the upside, however, is almost impossible to measure. So get back with the person who invited you, take the next step. I hope you choose to join us. I look forward to meeting you in the future, and I think it's going to be great. And thank you so much for listening.